Hey guys, it's Laurelei Lee, and it is time for RWBY again. Thank you guys for your concern in past videos for how I've been doing health-wise. It's gotten better, almost completely recovered, so that's great. And one more thing before I start the video. As I mentioned before, me and my friend's Extra Life donation page is going to be up until the end of the year, and as I mentioned it with videos before, several of you guys have been so generous. I've received donations on the page recently, and it's really made my day, and it's made me and my friends so happy. So if you don't know what Extra Life is, it's raising money for the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. The one that I have on there is the Children's Hospital at St. Francis in Tulsa, and we were trying to raise $5,000 this year, but because of some hackers, the site did not work during our stream to raise that much money, so we fell quite short of our goal. But we're trying to raise as much as we can before the year is out, because the page is going to be open till December 31st, and any little bit helps. So if you can find it in your heart to donate, and if not, share the word. The link will be at the top of the description. So yeah. And on to RWBY. So last week we got to see the Aesops in action. I came out of that video with some pretty strong opinions. I may not have shown it in my immediate reaction to the video, but afterwards I was ranting about it a little bit to some of my friends, because I like some of them. I do. Marrow's my favorite. He's part dog. He can't be anything other than good boy. But I really love Marrow. I loved Harriet is really cool too. Still not quite as certain about her as I am Marrow, but they're really cool. They seem really well intentioned. I don't trust Clover one stinking bit. After last week's episode, everyone's like, oh, I ship it, oh, he's so nice, oh, yeah. I'm like, I don't trust this. He's too nice, he's too perfect, and so help me, if this frat boy ends up being the downfall of Team RWBY, I'm gonna lose it. Because I don't trust him. And I never theorize about RWBY. Like, or if I do, I very much keep it to myself. But I tend to more just, like, go with the flow and see how the story's going, rather than try and project any ideas of my own onto it, because I don't usually do that. But I had a theory after last week's RWBY, and that is because they've been talking so much about how Atlas has been infiltrated from the inside, and we all assume, because we know, that Watts was the one who hacked the system during the Vital Festival. And he was the inside man who kind of took down all the defenses. But they've been putting such emphasis on it with this volume that I'm kind of wondering, what if he's not the only one? What if there's another mole on the inside? And Clover would be a pretty good mole. And my thought is, if he is a mole, and he's working for Salem, or at least an informant, his semblance could be what's kept him from being caught all this time, because he has good luck. He's always in the right place at the right time, sort of thing. But just as his semblance can help cancel out Qrow's bad luck, Qrow's semblance might be able to cancel out his good luck, and he could get caught. That's just my theory, because I don't trust him one stinking bit. I don't trust this frat boy. I'm not about it. He's such a Chad, and I just hate him. I don't usually immediately hate RWBY characters, but I can't stand his face. It's too good, you know? It's very suspicious. And that's where I'm at with Clover. If you have different opinions, that's perfectly okay. Everyone can have different opinions about RWBY. And that is valid as heck. But that's just my opinion, my theory. That's where my brain's at right now. Other things about last episode, I loved everyone's new outfit and weapon upgrades. My babies are beautiful, and they have some really cool new abilities with their weapons. So being able to see all of that was just super rad and great introduction to their new looks. I don't know what's going on with Ren, but he needs to shape up. It's concerning me. Nora has barely set sail thus far. They can't sink it now. But I'm holding on hope. I'm still worried about Ironwood. Still very worried. And yeah, I think that's basically where I'm at going into this episode. So without further ado, I should stop babbling and press play. I still don't know all the words. I'm working on it. I'm getting there. I promise. Keep dreaming about a better world. You keep pushing for some clarity. Always hoping that a lightning bolt it's gonna save me from tragedy. You're holding out for some big life. Maybe you'll wake up in a world of joy. Oh, but what can set you free? You don't have to dream. Your life's a masterpiece. If you just believe. Don't like him. All you see is all you need. Right now your hopes are shattered. Just all you deserve after. But in time you'll find through love your power just shines. When you don't know where to turn to, and you're sure all hope is gone. When the day you waited for will come, the dark will yield to dawn. Just look, open up your eyes. Trust is there, but sometimes it's disguised. The ways we're together, moments on the line. When we trust in love and open our eyes. See, I'm getting there. I did way better than last week. Landscapes are just so pretty. Oh. Amity Arena.
You guys were incredible! Oh, the way you took down that Geist without needing to plan your tactics out, you just knew exactly what to do!
Sean.
Well, ASOPs are hand-picked to perfectly complement one another, so we can focus on our assets and leave our liabilities behind.
Some of us are all asset, zero liability.
I love you, Barrow.
Yeah? Think I've got some liabilities, Elm?
Your brains, for one.
I like her too.
Oh.
You did ask.
Hi!
Hammer Bros.
Do you need a new best friend? Our pair name can be... Perfect complementary teamwork. Oh, yeah. I want to have my
Nora.
friends' backs just like that.
Friends. This isn't the schoolyard, kid.
Thunder thighs.
But I mean, when you go through so much with someone, it kind of changes things, doesn't it?
We get along well enough, sure. I count on them to keep me alive. They do the same. But that's a job. We don't confuse the two.
That's a pretty crappy way to live.
Speaking of the job, duty ever beckons. You all hang back a second.
I like her choker though.
What do you guys want to do when we get back to Atlas? Sightseeing? Oh, what should we visit first?
How about our buds?
Oh, come on, guys! This is a great time to go exploring We haven't done that in so long.
Ruby, we just explored a whole continent on foot before flying to this one.
Well, yeah, but it was only the boring parts.
We almost died.
Hey, heads up.
Can I get the team leaders over here? There's something I'd like to discuss with you. You too, Qrow. I need you on the ground, but be subtle. If people see too many huntsmen milling around, they'll get nervous. And Clover, don't take Marrow.
Oh, my stupid self forgot to turn off an alarm. So, yeah. Problems of recording on your phone and forgetting to turn things off. So, without further ado, let's get back into that scene. How dare you insult my baby boy Marrow?
New problems in Mantle?
More of the same, unfortunately. Someone in Mantle is taking out public leaders who speak out against Atlas.
Aww.
Specifically, people who speak out against me. It didn't look like a pattern at first, but this is the third murder of its kind in the last week.
Oh.
Wait a minute. That's the guy that rode with us after we were arrested.
He died?
Your opposition in Mantle dropping dead isn't exactly a good look for you. Huh?
Exactly.
I'm not really worried
That's-
about my public image.
that's what Tyrion's
but
plan
it is
is.
causing unrest. I think someone's trying to frame me, and by extension, Atlas. And it's working.
Well,
Yeah,
if it
well,
wasn't for
you're
the
not
embargo
exactly-
making everybody so mad,
Yeah.
people probably wouldn't be so quick to blame you for everything else.
I was gonna say, you're not helping the situation there, buddy.
Sir.
Oh, Jean.
No.
Jean's got a spine
You're
now.
right.
It's so good.
Things in Mantle have been hard to manage lately. I'm not blind to its issues. In fact, that's what I want to talk to you about. With the launch of this mobile communications tower and tensions down in Mantle, I think there's a lot of good your teams can do here. What? Already? Here? No, it's fine. Let him land. I'll deal with him myself.
More
Oh, wait.
Mantle problems?
Oh, no, wait.
No. This one's an Atlas problem.
Look at that. Oh, boy. Guess what?
So let me get this straight, James. In addition to this nonsensical embargo of yours crippling my business, you've also decided you have the authority to
Oh, it's
commandeer
everyone else
private
meeting
property.
your dad for the first
When
time.
the council hears about this, you will never...
Actually, I've already informed them. As this is now the site of a classified military operation, it didn't even require a vote.
Didn't require a vote.
You might want to brush up on council law before you lose this upcoming election, Jacques. Now, I've allowed you to land here once as a courtesy. The next time, it won't be a friendly reception.
Lately, you seem to forget who your friends really are. I'm going to get that council seat, James, and maybe then you'll... You roped my missing daughter into these schemes of yours, too? How long has she been back in Atlas? Did Winter know about
It was
this?
my decision to come here.
Punch him.
Just like it was my decision to leave. Or have you forgotten all about that?
If you think I'm one to forget anything, girl, then you've misjudged the man your father is.
Believe me, I know exactly the kind of man you are.
How dare you speak to me that way? I have half a mind to...
Half a mind to what, Jacques?
Yeah, what? You do what? She got friends now, buddy.
You know, your mother was devastated when you left. Didn't leave her room for days. You know how she gets when she's upset.
No. You were manipulating and guilt-tripping her. You awful human
I
being.
knew one day you would overextend your reach. I didn't come here to beg for an abandoned mine. I came here to thank you for personally handing me the noose to hang you.
Oh. They got your back,
You'll
honey.
regret this. So these are the little friends you threw everything away for.
Not friends.
Family. Oh, honey.
Oh, now
baby
you
girl.
show up, Winter. You just missed Father. I wouldn't say I missed.
Oh my gosh.
Did we not start yet?
Apparently, we haven't.
Start what?
It goes without saying that this arena holds a significance to all of us. It's only fitting that we should be able to reconvene here, now, when the world needs to be brought together more than ever.
Penny looks way
The
too
road
happy
you
in the
traveled
places she
from our
died.
first meeting hasn't been easy. You fought for your school and your friends at Beacon. You fought for the world and the innocent at Haven Academy and beyond. You faced down terrors people can't even fathom.
That's a dynamic I didn't know I needed.
That's not the behavior of students. It's the behavior of huntsmen and huntresses.
Wait. What is this?
They're granting them their
are
full
being
licenses.
granted your huntsman licenses today.
I know this is coming a little ahead of schedule, but brothers know you deserve it. I only regret that I couldn't do something a little more ceremonious for the occasion.
We're honored, General Ironwood. But you really don't have to do
Please, with the threat of Salem still out there, and tensions rising in our kingdom, I certainly could use more trustworthy fighters by my side. I should be so lucky to have all of you. It's okay. It's a big moment. And what better way than to celebrate here? When this tower is ready and communications are back up and running, we'll tell the world about Salem and face down whatever comes at us after that. Together. That's just about all the pomp I have in me. If you'll excuse me.
Oh, that's why it's called Pomp and Circumstance. It's the graduation, basically.
Well then, enjoy the cake.
Your speech outros are improving, sir.
After everything we've been through, I almost forgot this is what I wanted in the first place.
When Beacon fell, I didn't think this would even be possible.
It almost feels trivial now.
Jeez, guys, lighten up a little. Enjoy yourselves for a change. You've earned it.
Finally! Someone said it. Let's kill some cake, huh? Because I can eat 2 slices before Ren even eats 1. Who says I can't? Who says it, huh?
Nora, nobody is arguing with you about this.
I love Nora. Aww.
Big day for you, huh, kiddo?
It's definitely a lot to take in.
Which part? The finally getting the Atlas part? Getting your license part? Or the not quite disclosing everything to Ironwood part? Or all of the above?
All of the above. I'm trying to do what I think is best, but I really can't tell if what's best is what's right. Or if I'm no different from Oz.
Ruby, Oz only trusted himself with the whole truth. You're trusting others, but you're making sure they prove themselves first. I think that's a pretty big difference.
I hope so. This says I'm a huntress now. But I don't feel like I know much more than I did at Beacon.
That feeling never goes away. Your mom,
Imposter syndrome.
Summer, would be proud of you.
Her last mission. Was that another Oz secret?
There were a lot of those back in our day. But this one was a Summer secret. When she didn't come back, Osmond seemed just as in the dark as myself and your father. Still, who knows what he may have hidden from us over the years.
What do you think she would have done? If she learned the truth about Salem? That she can't be destroyed?
Pressed on, I think. Like you. She was always the best of us. A bit of a brat, though. But hey, I like brats.
Hey, Ruby, come check this out.
That was a beautiful scene.
Oh my gosh, is that a mission board? It's an app now? Can we ride a Mega Live? Stop an underground crime ring? Do I get to go undercover?
Hey, you guys smell that? Smells like fresh meat.
That's odd. I don't smell meat. Neither do I.
You know what? Never mind.
Let me get this straight. You've only been official for an hour now, and you're already looking for huntsman work?
To be fair, we've been official for a whole 57 minutes.
I'd like to remind you all that the real mission here is ensuring the successful launch of the communications tower.
True, but we can also keep training and improving by helping where we can.
The enthusiasm of youths!
Well, it's hard to argue with that. Okay, let me show you how it works. Ooh, here's an important one. Who wants to volunteer? All right. We need someone to escort children to pre-primary school down in Mantle. There's not actually any danger, but the parents fret, and that attracts grin. Perfect.
Oh, Sean's still on his hand up.
Juan, Jim? Close enough, I guess. Wow, my first huntsman mission.
Next, a massive saber is loose in the Mantle sewers. We need 2 brave warriors to flush it out.
Hey, what? But why didn't I get a choice for that one?
Sean. Such a good boy.
Father, you, have a visitor.
I told you I didn't want to be disturbed. Why did you let them in?
I didn't. He let himself in.
A spitting image of you, this lad, Jacques. Creepily so, I might add. He's definitely inherited your affect.
Yikes.
Arthur. Whitley, leave us. And shut the door.
He knows him.
I said shut the door! You're supposed to be dead.
That is what I wanted people to think, you're right. However, I've heard things about you too, Jacques. Namely, that you have an ironwood problem.
That bastard is costing me more money every day with this embargo. I'd lay off every employee in Mantle if I wasn't trying to get their damn votes for this council seat.
What if I said you could have your cake and eat it too?
Way too many cake references. I can't stand him. You know, we all hate Jacques. It's just a tried and true fact of the fandom. He's the worst. Just the absolute worst. But if he teams up with Salem, I'm ready for him to be sliced and diced in any way humanly possible by literally any character on the show. I just want him dead. It's bad enough what he's done to Weiss over the years, but if he goes full bad guy, that is just something else. I loved having the rest of Team RWBY there when she came face to face with her father again, though. That was such a good scene. And you can still see the emotional abuse and manipulation that he uses on her, deflecting blame away from himself by saying that because she ran away, her mom got upset. It's not that, you know, he was abusing her and that's why she ran away in the first place. Always, that's how abusers work. They twist the blame. They make it you're the one at fault. That's why I hated Adam. That's why I hate Jacques. That's why I hate anyone like that. It's the worst. And they got their licenses. I kind of wondered for a while now whether or not they'd get their licenses prematurely or if they would have to go back to school and they'd just forever be in that limbo of being students but not really. So this was a good moment. It does kind of feel trivial compared to everything else they're up against now, but it's what they had all been aiming for, and now they're official, and they have resources open to them that they never had before. So that's really cool. And all the goofs and joyful moments in this episode were so good. I love the way they're kind of like harking back to the first 3 volumes in terms of that humor and goofy animation style for emphasis, and it works really well still, even in this animation, and I really appreciate those moments, even if they're mostly Nora. But, you know, I love Nora, so that's great. I have to say, though, my favorite part of the episode was definitely the conversation between Ruby and Qrow about how far she's come, and also about her mom and how her mom would feel about this. And we kind of got more of an insight into the events surrounding Summer's death, that this wasn't even a mission for Oz, this was something that only she knew about and didn't come back from, which is, I think, different than what a lot of us were expecting. But I grab onto any little info about Summer that we can get, and just the relationship between Qrow and Ruby is just so dang cute, and she's trying to be more and more like him every day, and he's trying to become a better person, and that entire dynamic is just, oh, my heart. But yeah, I feel like I don't have a whole lot to say after this episode, but it's more just like, I'm happy. Worried, as always, with Ruby, especially with these this trend, this volume of the last scene being the villains doing awful things, but I'm hopeful, and I enjoyed seeing everyone happy, which we don't get too much often anymore. But yeah, so I think that's where I'm going to end it in terms of discussion. Sorry I didn't talk for longer, but, you know, I'm not going to talk about stuff that I don't have things to talk about, you know? I'm not just going to ramble. But yeah. But thank you guys for watching. Links are in the description. Extra Life page, donation page is at the top. Please, if you can donate, please donate. It goes to a great cause, and you'll help out some really sick kids. And I love you guys so much, and I will see you next week. Bye.